Alright. So what we got going on here? A lot of queens taking on. Up there. Helicopter. Pure flight. Yeah, it's that kind of evening. Oh, what's today's date? Do something we haven't done in a long time. Let's cross the street. That's nice. Oh, that's pretty bad. Oh, hey. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The erosion control over here is just... Yeah, if I slip and fall, I can sue this guy. And get that damn house. Nah, the most you can get is... you can get it from medical. I mean, I like I said, it would have to be a slip and fall and I like messed up one of my discs or something. Then yeah, he's gonna pay. But if it was like a little scrape or something, you go to the ER, get it treated, and then you take it in a small claims court. Yeah, that wasn't here before. That's who I think it is. I haven't seen her in a long time. Oh wow, it was bad. Okay, yeah, this... Huh. They flooded out over here. I think that truck belongs to a retired DISD police officer. I bumped into her 4 years ago. She was like, hey. She's like, I was running around late at night. And she goes, oh, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, I was doing sprints. She's like, okay, it's cool. You live around here? And I said, yeah, I live over here. She's priming me for information. And I didn't care about supplying it. I wasn't doing it. As far as I was concerned, I wasn't doing anything wrong. But you got to watch out for cops, man. That's sad. That's a sad thing to say. You think we're all on the same page, but no. I just thought it was weird how they put that button right there inside of the traffic control box. It's so lazy. It's always a perfect illustration of what Dallas is. I can't turn it off. I have to keep. This is supposed to be just a walk, and it's still a walk on it. I'm just amazed at how much mud got thrown on the sidewalk. Oh, why do I have a feeling I'll be putting in a ticket? Nope, man, that was okay. That was a wicked. No, this is somebody sawed this off. Okay, that one, that's the wind. That just broke that clean off. Looks like somebody was sawing these limbs. And they've already passed by to pick up trash. A little sycamore tree. I think it's sycamore. Man, there must have been one hell of a storm. I remember listening to it. I was playing video games, something I rarely get to do. And I was in the middle of a stage, and it knocked out the power, and I was like, shit. And I kept waiting for the generator to kick in, and it was like, nah, just a blip. No, I've neglected this side because this is not my side anymore. I've been keeping up with that. Woo, flow, baby. Low. This is headed off into that homeless encampment down the other, over there by the cemetery. This tells me how bad it was, and it's pretty bad. This is a nice, healthy flow. This is all that rainwater that couldn't get into the ground. And it's flowing, it's a good flow rate there. Man, we're supposed to be getting more. That tells me the ground can't hold anymore. This is a neat little ditty. It's so cute. Who makes this? Bert, staring at my spaceship. This is still a fucking mess. This guy, like I said, it's all the stuff's leaking out of his part right here. No erosion control barriers around the perimeter. I cleaned it up one time. Look at this, more erosion control. Just nut, but where does it come from? Oh, it came from, okay. I don't know what she's eating. Even some of them even got into the street. Oh, slip and fall. Now the stern ring's held up. Sometimes this area gets so bad that you can't, like, it used to be that they wouldn't drain properly. This one held up though. Yeah. All right. Let me turn this up and then just get tuned out of it. That's weird. Like somebody ran up onto the curb and slid off into here. Lose control. Phillips, huh? Man, I have no idea how to act when I get here. It has been so long. And I don't think this area got any better because I'm looking at the rest of this, it hadn't gotten any better. It's like it's gotten worse. Shit. Was this Usher? It was Jaunt. Read your mind. No one else will have their trash cans out. That one idiot over here. Damn it, I hate it when that happens. Cheap welds. It should be, you know. What's up, Moist Bunny? So this is the street that I would go down and see if it flooded. How much time do we have? We don't have any time at all. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. See if they're still having that flooding problem. Yep, looks like we still got it. Oh shit, another bunny. Sorry. So they were talking about this on Nextdoor. and the city of Dallas was completely mute. And this is actually Laura's territory. Yeah, looks like it's still a problem. Well, time to walk in the wetness. So it's messing up the foundation of the people's house, and he was reporting it. I guess looks like the guy left. Okay, and they tore it down and they put this big mansion, so whoever moves in here, they're gonna find out about this the hard way. Welcome to Dallas. I guess they got what they wanted. The people complained, and then nobody does anything about it, so then they just come in and turn this into luxury housing that nobody can afford. What are they appealing? What's this all about now? Board of Adjustment. So I guess it's the tax assessment. Maybe the guy's disputing how much land he's being charged for. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's still draining in a weird way. Like this guy might say something to me. That's cool. I don't mind. Ask all the questions you want. Guess not. What are you doing here? And then I start telling him the truth. Hey, next door the guy was, damn, same bunny or different one? Are bunnies just as curious as cats? No, I doubt it. They just happen to be the wrong place, wrong time. Cats are annoying in that way. I'll be sitting somewhere trying to mind my own, and they're sitting right next to me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. It's not just them, it's all the neighborhood cats. Something about me fascinates them. Anyway, if they had asked me the question, I'd have told them the truth. Look, I was on next door. The guy was talking about how this was all flooded out. I wanted to see what happened. And update, he moved out. They got what they wanted. Now they're going to put these big, see, these people are having the same problem. Now they're going to put these big old houses up here. And this area is not built for proper, basically proper irrigation. Is this the same person? Yes. I guess they called him the cop. Like, what's he doing? What's that all about? I don't know. It'll be long gone by the time they get here. It cuts both ways. No, I'm kind of glad to see, like I said, that actually makes me feel good to see that. Someone circling the lot and then making phone calls. Because it means that, like I said, they're actively watching this neighborhood. I am down with that. She didn't want to confront me. That's smart. You don't know what I'm up to. So, actually I need to leave this on. Sometimes though you get the nosy Nancy. What are you doing here? That's when I start striking up a conversation with my limited conversation skills. Actually, it just looks a little weird, man. You gotta understand where they're coming from. All right. How fast do you think the cops will get here? They won't get here. She had to say that she felt threatened for her life or something like that. And man, what was here? I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know. I don't know what used to be here because I'm not too familiar with this neighborhood. I've been walking it for almost 30 years. It wasn't that though. It wasn't this big two-story monstrosity. It's depressing. When they say Dallas has no character, this is what they mean. Had I been able to afford a GoPro 20 or 30 years ago, you would have seen the seismic shift in this neighborhood. And we had GoPros for 30 years. We've had GoPros for almost 20 years, over 20 years now. The fact that she called so quickly makes me wonder what's been going on over here. Once again, I haven't been completely keeping up with next door. This is gonna look so gaudy. And it was a modest house before. Now it looks like some kind of one of those rejects. So they're off of what's the name of that area? Park and God damn it, what's the name of that street? Where the now Woods is considered upper middle class people live. Anyway, that whole area back there where I had a conversation with Mike one night, who apparently was an off-duty cop that the neighborhood watch had hired to just kind of sit there and monitor. He sat there in a squad car. We'd gotten to conversating about El Centro. This house is still being sold. Which house? That's a good question. Yeah, that like this won't be here. All right, it's midnight. New day. Anyway, Midway Hollow. Lady called the cops on me, circled around a couple times. And I was like, awesome. Keep that up, sister. You know what you're doing. You might get me killed tonight, but that's all right. At least I know somebody's watching their neighborhood. That's not good, is it? I know I said I wasn't going to do any tickets tonight, but I can't resist. These are so easy. I won't be here to see it come to fruition, but these are still easy. Go ahead and get one away. Oh shit, they got Brandon Rogers. Okay. 198, 198. Man, this thing, the GPS lock, it scares me sometimes. Light not on at light. My name is Slim Shady. Maybe I'll wind up on next door. Who the hell is this? I was like, oh, that's that guy. That was easy. Like I said, if 3-1-1 tickets were that easy, I would be putting in a shit ton of them. Instead, Dallas has got to do it in its own retarded way. Oh, well, can you give us the exact location here? Is it south? Is it west? Is it east? Is it north? What color was this? What's the stripes on that? What did I was like, okay. Or the picture's not enough for you. Is the GPS map that I have included as a screenshot, that's not enough for you. I gotta sit here and give you everything. Yeah, something's going on over here. No, streetlights are easy. I think everybody should do them. If you want to feel good and act like you're actually doing something, which you are. Put in a lot of streetlight tickets. Everything else, you're going to be working for it. So then they got the chart toppers here. We will never have this, but toppers for the officers lost in the line of duty. Let me see if I can turn this off. Okay, so Donald P. Tucker Sr., whoever he was. Okay, he died in 1973. 23 or 53 years ago. On this street? No, they just put the topper up on somebody who like lived in the area. They got them all over West Dallas. Man, it is nice out here. I don't want to turn my headphones back on. See, that's right there. That's what I need. So that gives me an idea of how saturated it got. Like, this can't absorb anymore, fortunately. Mosquito breeding, yep. This whole street is just soaked. Back in the day, I wouldn't have noticed all that stuff, but now, just like I said, after a couple of years of doing this, you start picking up on things. You start seeing the flaws in the neighborhood that you once thought was nice. You know, I saw that there was a neighborhood watch, but she didn't actually actively engage me to find out what I was up to. She just assumed. And then you walk down these streets and they're all, like the storm happened 12 hours ago, but the streets still have stagnant water in them. Some people have lighting. I don't know how many people have cameras. You see some signs of septet, but it's not universal, which means no HOA. You start being able to see through all of this stuff, and you're like, it's every man for himself out here. A junk car here or there. I guess everybody's got them everywhere. However, I hear that loud frog over there, which means that not too much pollution. So they're not, like I said, their skin's breathing nice. Because he sounds healthy. Every once in a while, I used to be able to see birds of prey. I don't know if they shoot them off or shot them off. The fact that there's a big bunny population over here kind of tells me that the birds of prey have pretty much been wiped out over here. It used to be they had so many owls that I wouldn't see that. The owls becoming there. We're talking like 10 years ago. It's a scary thought. I've been filming for 11 years. I haven't been posting for 11 years, but I've been filming for 11 years. There was a period of time where I was just disillusioned, but I was still recording. Because you never can tell. I say one thing, Officer Doofus says another thing. The camera don't lie. All I'm doing is walking. If you heard otherwise, that person was mistaken. And then there's Park Lane. Oh, look at this, man. It's just flooded over here. There's no drains over here now that I think about it. How is this supposed to work? Over that way, there's a storm drain. I'll go check it out. I got time. "30 years and I've always wished they had a sidewalk over there." Like you can see them working on it as they gas the gas lines. Why are they just not getting their gas lines put in? Encore was it had supposed, not Encore. Atmos was supposed to have handled all of this. What do we got here? Sewer line. That's one nice over here too. Oh, that's a live frog. It's blowing quite nice. This is supposed to be a brief walk. But I can't turn it off. That's what I'm saying. I can't stop walk auditing. Because once you see this stuff, it's not, you can't turn a blind eye to it anymore. It's like, oh, that would have been on me. This thing, I remember when it was a little sapling. It's gotten bigger. Why did I almost slip? This is algae. Well, he's close. There's another one. They're alternating. As much as I gripe about this neighborhood, I'm walking around on a Friday midnight or Saturday morning here. Never stopped to think that some idiot has those sprinklers turned on. See, it's dark over here. Is that graffiti? Oh, I'm really getting into the frog territory now. When I was a kid, there were these two horror films. Was here. There he is. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. That's what's making all the noise right there. You see that big old giant pouch on his front there? I mean, he really projects. All right, sorry. As you were. That little bitty frog is what's making, or that little toad is what's making all that noise. Tons of them. They're like, "Life's good, brother. Where you at?" "I'm over here off of Mixon, man." "Where you at?" "Man, I'm over here off of Manana. Things looking, eating's good, man." I got all these hippie beatnik frogs. He's like, hey man, some alien came down and was spying on me, man. He looked like he was about to probe me. Like, no probing today. Catch you tomorrow. Not in the probing mood tonight. All the ground is saturated. Kind of disappointed that the cops never showed up, but maybe they're busy doing other things. I was looking forward to becoming a statistic. Oh, the night's still young. He's like, what did you see? Guy walking around a hard hat with a spotlight and camera and some kind of reflective vest? He's like, oh yeah, we know what it is. It's like, ma'am, you ought to be glad he's there. I was like, no, I'm not. That's not what you think. I'm not. This is just me taking the night off. It's so rare that I get a break from work, and so I decided to come out here, and it's just supposed to be a quick walk. I know it's just a matter of time before this collapses into that thing. I was shocked when I reported this, and they took care of it. They put a big old patch. In fact, they put the patch, and then they completely redid that side now. Somebody said, that's not good enough. I hope that's what happened. Like I said, the rich people in this neighborhood said, that's not good enough. Alright, now I am criminal, not criminal, but I am trespassing. I acknowledge that. It's a misdemeanor, and I think a small fine. It's worth it. That tree is mostly dead. Got every kind of parasite growing out of it. Got another tree growing out of it. And it holds up because it's got real strong roots. I'm sure the fungus will make slow work of that. He can put his tarp back up there. Oh no, it's there. It just got blown off during the storms. I've been down every inch of this now, and I know how most of this flows. That's why I love living around here. And I know the potential of this neighborhood, but the problem is it needs people fighting for it. But you can see him, I'm walking here, I have multiple places I can walk. Yes, it's boring Dallas, but man, it's the boredom that other cities wish they had. That's this is edible. This is an herb. I just don't know which one. My brother knows all this stuff. All I do is snap a photo and do an image search, and it'll tell me that's such and. Oh no, I know what that is. That grows in the branch. Honey something. Yeah. Now that's also. Is that clover? I don't know. Oop. You see little spices growing here and there, and sometimes in the spring you can smell it wafting on the air. Rosemary, thyme, sage. It's like a spice garden around here. That one day after the election, the guy was sitting there telling me, he says, yeah, anytime you want this, man, those are wild onions, or wild green onions. And when I posted it, it got a lot of likes and it got a lot of views, and I think it was because people needed to know that everything was going to be all right. And all I had to say was, after the election of the idiot, you went outside and you started talking to your neighbors, and everything wasn't going to hell in a handbasket. It wasn't. It's because what happens up there does affect what happens down here, but it takes a while. You know, if you take care of what you got to do down on this level, Everything up there just seems to kind of sort itself out. Even if the Chinese came down and invaded, they still wouldn't. How about the car running? Yeah. They still wouldn't be taking over Elm Thicket anytime soon, or Midway Hollow. They'd be like, well, we might want Bachman in the future, but right now, oh, they're selling. Wait, they were, oh yeah, this is the guy. Is this the guy? He's out. 2 years later. Remember what I just said? I guess you could ignore that. People are leaving. I don't blame them. That's why I don't care when they sit there and talk about saving City Hall and moving City Hall and City Hall, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it doesn't matter what the building is or where the building is. It's the trash that's inside. That's the problem. No one's going to stay because we've got a skyscraper of City Hall. They're going to leave because we got idiots in the city council that don't do anything. They're in it for themselves. So save City Hall. The only way you're going to save that is to vote those bums out. Oh man. Okay. Well, that's back in the way it was. I'm not going to report this. It's a quick ticket, but it's just, I'm not going to be here to see it through. That's the problem. I remember how much of a fight that was last time. I had to stay on them constantly. I'm like, I'm sorry, Midway Hollow people, but you're all going to just figure this out on your own. And if you don't care, you don't care. I just don't want to see you on next door complaining that your street's flooding, that your house is getting soaked. These are the reasons why. Is this fresh? This isn't fresh. This has been here a while. Where did it break off from? I'm not sure that it did. But it did. This looks wet, so it looks like it came up here and actually slapped up this way and then got stuck. Anyway, how hard is this to lift? It's a two-man job. No, I've already done one good deed today. It'll be here. If I come back through here next time and like I said, I got you next time, man. I promise. That's all I can say. I got you next time, man. I got you. Okay. I ain't got time this time. I get you next time. I had $1 for every time I heard that. I'll get you next time. Yeah, there. I don't see it right now. Hey, what happened to the toppers? But anyway, this little neighborhood association is dying. People aren't paying the dues. People aren't coming to the meetings. They aren't educated and engaged. Alright. Now I'm in a neighborhood to where I don't want to turn on my why did I bring my wraparound headphones? I think still sitting there. People over here got it rough enough as it is. I guess I walked through another spider web. Amazing. It's late at night on a Friday and they still got the chiller unit running. I mean, you're not wasting electricity per se, because electricity was going to be wasted whether you do anything or not. But you got to pay that. You're wasting money. So they're cooling an empty building for no reason. Oh shit! This is bad. It's amazing I was able to run through all of this. I'd get to that part and I'd probably slow down. Alright. I guess Karen brings the dogs in. Look at that. It's been bad for so long that now there's stuff growing up in here. Oh man. Neglect. That's new. We put a new fence up with lights. So the ground here is semi-permeable. They put in crushed gravel along with an aggregate filler, probably sand or something, coarse sand. So this is what I kind of want to branch a trail like this. But I'm wondering if they're thinking concrete. Oh my god, look at this shit. No erosion control. It's just flowing into the street. Can't even walk on the sidewalk. Construction site compliant? Yeah. If they want to put it in. But that house is not going to be selling for a while. I got the electricity put up, turned on. Someone living here? Maybe. No, living here. There's no for sale sign though. I guess they finished out. Here's another example though. I'm walking in these puddles. And next thing you know, the DCHHS is going to be sitting there talking about how the West Nile pools and tested positive for contaminated mosquito larvae. It's been hitting around our area, but it hasn't quite gotten to us yet, which kind of makes me think that it's here. It's just that whoever's collecting for our pools is asleep at the wheel. They come back from vacation. Oh yeah, you guys got it too. I was like, yeah, no, we've been having it. You're just late. Been there a while. Pattern recognition. You start seeing people and you're like, I've seen that plate before.